Hey, off she goes.
Yay!
Good morning, chaps. Okay, today, as you can see, I haven't got my brother in front of me. It's my girlfriend Helen, who has spent the last 10 years of her life in London without a vehicle, so she hasn't driven any vehicle for 10 years, and she has never driven a motorbike. Well, we bought a Sinnis Terrain 125 a couple of weeks ago, and we managed to get out for to do 4 one-hour sessions, and today's a weekend, so we can do a whole day. So the plan is to ride out to Tavistock and have a nice bimble around Dartmoor, but we're also going to attempt a little bit of greenlaning. A little bit later I'll show a little bit of what we got up to beforehand, the little bit of training we done. So we spent 2 one-hour sessions in a local car park, and then we managed to do 2-hour trips up and back as an hour from my house to Kit Hill, and I recorded one of them, and something quite funny happened on the first time, as you'll see. So she's up for trying a bit of greenlaning, and that's pretty good after 4 hours of riding a bike for the first time. But she's a gutsy lady, full of adventure, and she doesn't mind falling off her bike, which I think as a beginner going greenlaning, you cannot afford to be freaked out over falling off your bike, because you know you won't even give yourself a chance to get good at it. Here's Helen, and yesterday we picked up a Sinnis Terrain 2020 for a nice little price of 1,700. This is Helen's first motorbike ever, so lucky enough she doesn't have to pass her test because she's got a French driving license, and that they allow her to, you to drive a 125 without passing your test. That's cool. So yeah, it's her first time on a bike, 62 years of age, not bad, full of adventure. So we're going to start getting her used to the equipment, and just running through the basics in this car park here, and we'll see how we get on. Hey, off she goes. First time. Nice! I really like it. She's showing great control, doing these actually quite tight bends also. Well, she's now going to park up for a coffee to see how she gets on. Oh, I couldn't have done it any better myself. Okay, she's in second gear, now changing down. Bit jumpy, but then Okay, we're going to do a first left turn at junction. Nice control, but then she went straight on the opposite side of the road. Well, she is French, isn't she, after all. Nice tight corner there, beautifully done. Nice control. Into third gear. Going around in first. Oops. Right guys, it is now the evening of the second day, and the heat has died down a little bit, so we are going to go for Helen's first motorbike ride on the road, and we're just going to pop up to Kit Hill and wish her luck. Oh, she must be in fourth at least now. Her first big test is coming up. Her first roundabout. Well, that's pretty cool. She's done about 50 then. Good girl, well done. Got into the right gear, that's lovely. Okay, coming up to the second roundabout. It's a bit smaller, this one, so she doesn't know the roads. She should do now. Good, she's slowing down. I know it's probably obvious to us, but she might be really nervous. I think her first and second roundabout, she was slowing down maybe too early and worrying about changing down the gears. But I'm sure she gets more confident. She should have changed down a bit later. Well, the whole point of Helen getting this bike is so we can go on motorbike adventures and give them a go. We already do rock climbing adventures, so and she was a beginner then too, and she done fantastic. So yeah, she'd love to go to Morocco on a bike, so that's the point of buying it. So we've got what, 3 maybe 4 months. Maybe 4 months to get her trained up to be able to do it. It's the same for me as well. But anyway, yeah, so we want to do greenlaning, so she needs to get a bit of confidence on the road first before. Okay. It's alright, don't worry. It's okay. Could be because it's on a camber like that. Yeah. So when you come to a stop, obviously you can get put off by suddenly it feels like there's nothing there. So you need to, in your mind, stop and lean the other way. Right, let's hopefully she hasn't lost her confidence. She thinks about going down into first gear. Whoa, she's off. A little bit of standing up then for her. Bye bye son, I hope you're not as hot tomorrow. Foot on the brake, yep. I'm in bloody third. So worried about her doing a hill start, I fucking forgot about myself. The next one would be interesting, the next roundabout, because there's It's quite a tight left-hand turn, so she's gonna need all her wits about her for this one. Nice, looking lovely. Well, she don't normally have her hair long, so I said, have your hair out your helmet. People might have more sympathy for you and they'll go easier on you, especially the men. But I think she done fabulous, absolutely fabulous. Don't hurt falling off when you're stopping or starting or whatever in the beginning. We all have done it. In fact, I still do it, especially off-road. But I've chosen a route where I first began. I'm not sure the name of the lane, but it's just past Lidford. Anyway, I think it's quite nice. There's a couple of little river sections, not too deep. Some gravel tracks. A bit further on it does get a bit tricky, where you really need to stand up and absorb all the bumps. And I think she'll be quite happy stood up. She's used to standing up in a push bike, and she used to ride horses once upon a time, so all those things will help. Showing really good control. And because she's quite a lightweight, you know, she seems fairly nippy on the 125. A lot of people complain about the Sinnis being, you know, lacking in power for a 125, but to be honest, most of the blokes who are riding it are bloody over 6 foot and carry a few extra pounds, so she seems to be having no problem accelerating away. It's really strange when you're teaching somebody something, you know, like I taught Helene to climb, and we're getting into all the technical climbing, like what they call traditional climbing, and it's surprising how when you're teaching, you revisit things, all the sort of basics in the beginning, and realise, oh, you know, because you want to teach them right. You may not have been doing it right all these years, and you know, you start taking things for granted, and then you start teaching, and you end up learning more when you start teaching people, and that's basically what I'm saying. Oh, this is just so lovely on Dartmoor, isn't it? It really is. Oh, I better catch up with Madam. So what speed are we doing now on the Sinnis Terrain? Oh, she's on 60. But that's pretty cool. That's good enough for what we need it for. Right, so now we're going to go down the lane. Let's see how Madam manages to do a bit of green laning. I got a camera strapped to here, so hope it stays on. Okay? Good luck. Take it nice and easy for her. No need to go fast. In fact, it's harder to have control of your bike going slow, so it's good practice. Oh dear, first fall, bound to happen. Wait! Well done. But you want to save your energy and let two of us do it, okay? Alright? Okay, some big rocks there, look, isn't there? You okay? Cool. Yeah, cool. So you got another little river there. So you just go down and a little bit of throttle. Obviously the faster you go, the more chance that you are of not falling, but then the worry is if you fail when you're going fast, you know? Yay! Lovely one. You slipped, yeah. Well done. Very good, well done. Thank you. Okay, just had ourselves a little coffee and Madam's just gone up the road, so that it gives me a chance to open up the throttle a little bit to catch her up, and go to Princetown, go to the cafe and have some lunch. Well, Helen really enjoyed being my pillion every chance we had to get together and get on the motorbike. But she's gonna have a lot more fun now she's got her own bike. We did try once greenlaning with her as a pillion, and it didn't quite work out, especially when we both tried standing up going over bumps. It was very unstable, and when I was stood up and she was sat down, you know, we found that she had to, so I had control of the bike, that she had to just face my back so she wasn't seeing anything. I mean, I'm sure it's possible and with a lot of practice, but no, we don't need to worry about that because she's going to learn to do it for herself, which is rather awesome. One thing she found when standing up riding a bike, she has to stand up as if she's John Wayne or she's got rickets, because not sure if it's a tank, combination of a short height and the battery's on just below the tank, I think. So you've got your protection plates there, and it's just a bit too wide for her to stand up in a comfortable position. So either she has to grow a few inches, or that's unlikely to happen, or I don't know if she gets used to it, or I don't know. Any tips, guys, would be much appreciated. Darling, are you pleased with yourself?
Yeah, I'm very pleased with myself.
Cool.
Very.
I'll buy you lunch.
Oh, great. I'm even more pleased.
Okay, so now we're gonna head back and go through Plymouth, which would be a nice little tester for her, going through the city. A lot more roundabouts, a lot more traffic lights, but here you got a lot more sheep. So I'm quite happy to say, you may not agree, but we had a total beginner never ridden a bike before. About 4 hours later, obviously not on the same day, 4 hours of riding a bike, and she started her first Greenlane experience. So now I'd like to class her as a Greenlaner.